Hello, my beautiful wildflowers. How are you today? Alexis here with Haute Modesty. With today, I'm going to declutter my foundations. Well, I don't have too many, but it's on the wall over there. And so what I want to do is I want to get my handheld DJI camera, and I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip because I can't move my Canon over there to do the filming, and so it's going to be a little bit shaky, but I think you guys will get the idea. Please forgive me for that because right now I want to order some equipment for that so it's a little bit steadier, especially when I'm picking the winners. But since we're moving, I don't want to have anything shipped, so additionally I don't want something definitely more to pack, okay? But before we get started, I want to go ahead and go over these cards. And guess what? You know, there are times in the morning when I feel like I want an affirmation today, first thing in the morning, so I'm going to pick one. And, you know, I've been praying about something, you know, about work and things like that. And I said, you know, I was in my prayer and I said, please guide my hand, give me the answers to my prayers if you would, please. And I dug into the middle of my cards and I couldn't believe the card that came up. And I just wanted to share that with you because usually I just go in there blind, and when I choose it, it's the first time I see it, first time you see it. But this one meant so much to me that it was part of my day, and I really want to share it with you because I think it's really important, and it meant a lot to me, and it answered, I mean, all of my questions, right? And so, yeah. And well, first of all, it's a beautiful card, and I've been trying to figure out how I can take a picture of it and make it as part of my signature box. That's how much I like it. So what this card says is, trust the wait, embrace the uncertainty, enjoy the beauty of becoming. When everything is uncertain, anything is possible. Yeah. And I read that kind of slow to you, but let me go ahead and do it with the flow. So it says, trust the wait, embrace the uncertainty, enjoy the beauty of becoming. When nothing is certain, anything is possible. I was like, oh my God. And right now, you know, I'm being impatient, of course. And the things that I want happen, I want it to happen, right? And so I've been a little bit anxious and, you know, wondering, God, am I doing the right thing? I mean, you know, why isn't things happening quicker? And why is it taking so long? Is it even going to happen? And so I was really on the edge. And you have no idea, when I pulled this card today and read it, a calm came over me that I don't remember feeling for a long time. And all day long, I've been glancing at this. I took a picture of it, actually, so I can read it on my phone. And today I had a couple of, today was a really busy day, and I had so many Zoom calls. One of my meetings that was supposed to be 30 minutes ended up being stretched out to an hour and a half. And so I really needed that. And I had that on my phone, and I looked down, and I kept saying, trust the wait, and embrace the uncertainty, right? And enjoy the beauty of becoming. So I have to do that. And when nothing is for certain, anything is possible. That's the part, that's that punchline that's like, wow, that is so true. So yeah, I wanted to share this with you guys because this did mean a lot to me. And so there it is again. Okay, now that we went through that piece of it, I'm going to go ahead and insert that clip in here so you can see me decluttering the foundations and the things that I'm getting rid of. And I try to go through, you know, letting you know what I liked about the foundation, why I'm decluttering it. Unfortunately, a couple of them that I really like, it's just the shade is wrong. And the shade range in that brand just doesn't cover my skin. I mean, it looks like it's simple, but it really isn't, because I have a neutral undertone yet. I can't, you know, I don't wear peach or pink very well. And even though they say it's neutral, I see that wait a minute, this is not neutral. This has got pink in it. And so those are the type of things that, you know, I'm dealing with foundations. But some brands, perfect, right on. So here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers. I'm putting an insert here because my Canon is on a tripod. And so I want to go ahead and my foundations are on the wall, but as the intro did tell you that I will be doing a real quick decluttering of my foundations, okay? And this is actually, let me take a step back so you can get the whole thing here. those are my foundations. As you notice, I have a lot. And there's some that, you know, need to be decluttered. And I'll tell you why I'm decluttering them. And I'm going to just throw these right into the garbage because these are foundations and it's not something that I could pass on. And yeah, my daughter and I don't quite have the same skin tone, so it would not be useful for her. So first, we're going to go from this end is, let's see. I hope I got this in focus. And this is the Stila. And this foundation, I used it very few times. And I actually bought into it by one of the influencers on YouTube telling me how good this was. And this just did not last on me. And it actually left, and this was an older influencer who's a little bit older than I am. Sorry about that. And she said it works so great. It doesn't crease, but I mean, these do. They settle into my pores, into my lines and everything. So I mean, this, like I said, I only use once or twice, and so I'm gonna go ahead, and this does come as a like a pump, like so. And as you can see by how clean this is, that I really didn't use a whole lot. So that I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that, number one. And the second ones I have are the Natasha Denona foundation, and this is the Transform Matte Natasha Denona, and this is N45N, which is like really perfect for my skin, and I love this, so this is gonna stay. And next to that, you'll see is the other Natasha Denona, and this one's a little bit lighter. This is 40N, but they both work for me. And this is more for like winter time, and where the 45N is like now. And then this is such a beautiful foundation. I got actually these on add-ons, and they were very inexpensive, but they last, and they do dry up pretty matte though. There is no dewiness at all with these. So when I want to get that clean matte look, this is the one that I actually turn to, and I love this foundation. Okay, and the next one I have here is the Fenty Beauty, right? This is yet another good foundation, guys. This is really, really nice, and I used it a couple of times, but unfortunately, the shade is off. This has got a little pinky undertone, and I'm a little more of a neutral undertone with the go towards more like beige. And this is really too peachy, too pinky. And so unfortunately, since I don't use it, even though I do love it, this is a matte foundation as well, and it goes on really nicely. It holds, it stays, it lasts all day. But again, the shade is off, which is a shame. And I think, yeah, this was actually one of my choices in one of my boxes. So I really couldn't test it. So, yep, that will be decluttered. And next, again, Fenty Beauty, but this one is a little bit darker. I don't know why I chose the other one to be pinky. And let me real quick give you a comparison. You notice how the one in a jar to the, I think that would be to your left, is a little bit more olive color, and that's perfect for me, whereas this one is definitely pinkier and it doesn't work. But again, this is Fenty Beauty, and it works well. Again, it stays, it performs, and I'm really happy with this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that there. And this is my MAC foundation, and this is a cream compact foundation, and this is Studio Fix Tech. And this actually I do use, and this one has actually, hold on one second, let me try to open it. This is difficult to do this, but you notice it is a creamy kind, and this is in, let's see, 30N, and this is a good shade for me, but it does go on a little bit dewier, and the only problem with this is that I do need to follow it with powder because it does not dry down without it, and sometimes it's like too heavy. So if I'm trying to get like, you know, maximum coverage for maybe taking my pictures or something, I can use this, but other than that, to walk around with, not really. But like I said, it still works for me, so I'm gonna, and it's relatively new, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it. And like I said, I think it is 30N, right? So, oh no, wait, this one is 27N. So yep. And then the next one here is also, this one is Studio Fix by MAC, and these are so great, especially if you need a powder foundation that needs to be really, that lasts all day, doesn't crease, doesn't do anything but, and I use this for I mean, for the longest time. But I noticed lately that my skin is too dry for it, unfortunately. Now, if I was going to Florida or somewhere in the East Coast where it's like humid, I would definitely be taking this. But being here in California, it really, you could see the flakiness of my skin when it gets too dry under this. So, and this one here, I think the shade is a little off on this one. And it's NC30, which is weird because on the liquid one, NC30 is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to hold on to this a little bit longer in case I do decide to go on a trip. I know in January, if all goes well, we'll be making a trip to Hawaii. So maybe I'll take this along, but I'll hold on to it till then. And the next one, same, but I think the shade is like way off. And I thought that, you know, I was getting lighter. Yeah, and this is way too light for me. It doesn't look that light in the compact, but it really is. And so it really shows up my flaky skin. And this is in C3, and I have no idea why I got this one. Yeah, so it might have been those buy one get one free deals, and I just had to pick a shade. And this one here is one of my favorites by Clé de Peau. And this is the, let's see, is this a beauty fluid? Yeah, and then the thing is, this one here has skincare in it. And I really love this when I just want to throw on foundation really quick, but it is light to medium coverage. And I like the light to medium coverage if I want to get the natural look, and it does dry down kind of moist. Even though it's got SPF, there's really not enough SPF for me, so I do put this on top of the SPF, but definitely is a very nice foundation with skincare, so I will keep that. And next is the Beauty Blender foundation. I fell in love with the sample of it and I got it, and this is actually the perfect shade for me. And it's sad though because it creases, guys, and it doesn't last a long time. It starts to wear around the nose, which really surprised me because I don't have oily skin. But when I put on sunscreen underneath, sometimes that does come through with this foundation. And, you know, I haven't used it that much because of it. And yeah, but like I said, I mean, if you have extra dry skin and you have no breakthrough oils inside next to your nose through any moisturizer, you should be okay with this one. But other than that, yeah, it's gonna go. And next, this is the foundation that I've been loving lately. I mean, I really love this one. This is the Clinique Even Better Clinical line, and this one actually has skincare as well. This one just goes on so nicely with a brush, with a sponge. And you really don't need a sponge, whereas the other ones, I should have probably told you, the matte ones with Natasha Denona, the Fenty, and the MAC, you do need a moist sponge, and whereas the Clé de Peau, you need a brush. But this one actually works with anything, even with, you know, I initially started putting it on with my fingers, and that works as well. And this is a beautiful shade for me. It's number 6 in their line, and they do have them definitely. Clinique, depending on which one it is different shade numbering systems. So it's sometimes hard to, you know, get the right one. But this one I have been loving, especially because it leaves my skin moist, but it does dry down without it being slick. And this one, I mean, yeah, I mean, I love this one most of all right now at this weather. Okay, and then the next one I have here is by Terry. Let me shake that up. This is with hyaluronic acid. Again, very beautiful, nice, silky, dewy look if you like that. And again, either with a sponge or a brush, but I would recommend a brush because, you know, there's in this one, it is a little bit more liquidier than the Clinique that I just showed you. Liquidier, is that even a word? Anyway, so yeah, but you would, and this has got SPF 30, but you guys, like I said, you need to be putting on about a teaspoon of sunscreen. So I don't put on a teaspoon of foundation, so it's not enough SPF in here. But the skin care in this is beautiful. It is a light to, maybe you can get medium, but it's, I would say not, I wouldn't try the medium coverage with this one. And it's like a dropper type. And I do love this. The only thing is the difference between this and the Clinique is the shade. This one looks kind of dark in the bottle, but it really isn't. I can get away with it during the winter, but during the summer, I just can't get away with that. So, but being that winter is not that far around the corner, I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this. Okay, and next is my Tom Ford. And this is actually a stick foundation. And hold on 1 minute. I'm doing this with one hand, so sorry about that. And here it is. And this is a very good shade for me. I love this shade, and I use this foundation. But again, this one, I do need to kind of powder it, very light powder. And I usually use the Laura Mercier powder, or sometimes the By Terry powder, just so I can get it to dry down faster, because if I waited long enough, it would dry down. But this is very dewy, but it looks so natural once it goes on, and very beautiful. And the shade, his shade range is very good, and it's perfect actually tone for me. And I'm between a light and a medium, and so sometimes it's difficult to get the right shade. And this is one of my favorite cream stick. And like I said, it is Tom Ford. And again, I love this foundation, so we're going to keep that one. And the next one here is also by Clinique. This is a full size, even better makeup. And this has got SPF 15. Again, perfect shade for me. And I think this shade is WN46. Yep, WN46, which is perfect. And I haven't used it yet because this was a gift with purchase actually, and I will be using this because I do love my other Clinique one, and I think I'm gonna love this one too. This one doesn't have the skincare, but some people just swear by this one more than the other one, because this one dries down a little bit less dewy than the first one I showed you, but I like the dewy look, and because it adds youth. Okay, that's that. And next is the Marc Jacobs. This is called the Extra Shot, and I got this on sale when the Sephora sale was going on. And this one actually is okay. It's not the best, but you know what it works really good for is under my eyes as a concealer. And so I've been using it for that, and I like it because it doesn't settle into my creases and it stays moist. And on this one, I definitely do put the By Terry powder on top of it very lightly, and it's perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep this one. And here we go. Now we're getting into my holy grails, and this is by Pat McGrath, and I so love this one. I probably like this one and the Clinique one the best over here. And but the only problem, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, this one does not last all day. This one is gone by midday. So if I'm going to work early in the morning and at 6 a.m. and expect to come home at 4 o'clock, I'm going to expect that I don't have any makeup on by that time. So I would have to really pick and choose when I'm going to use this one. But it's such a beautiful silky feeling one that I don't want to get rid of it, because there are times that I go for a couple of hours somewhere, and then this is the one I would use. And yeah, but yeah, I wish it lasted longer, guys. I don't know if you guys have tried it. Let me know what you think, because it goes on so beautifully. And this one, again, I use a brush with because I don't want to waste the product. And it is thin enough where it gets absorbed a lot more in the sponge than other ones. So yeah. And I'll go ahead and keep that one. But next, I'll tell you this surprised me. This one really, really surprised me. It's by Charlotte Tilbury, and the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and it actually just dries so beautifully. It is really like airbrushing. And this is a very nice product. It lasts. And I mean, this is beautiful shade, but the problem with Charlotte Tilbury is that I cannot get a perfect match or really good match. As you notice, I have two of them, right? So sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I have to mix them. And so I wish you would come out with something a little more because my skin tone lends to more like, I'm not white, put it that way. I'm not white, being, half Japanese and half Scandinavian. The Japanese part really kicks in. And so I don't have the pink undertone. I am a neutral undertone, but I do lean towards olive. And so her foundations, I've tried several of them, but believe it or not, both of these was gift of purchase through her. So I wasn't really hurt over that, but yeah, I wish she would come out with a, you know, a mid-range of that. So, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it for now. And also the light one is really good, you know, under my eyes, and that works. So yeah. And next, this one I really used a lot. And this is by Huda Beauty. And here it is. Now, again, her shades are right on for me. And I think it may be, I don't know, it may be that, you know, where it's made or who the maker is. I mean, they tend to go towards what's more similar for their skin. And she is, you know, she is Arab, actually. I think, if I'm not wrong, I think she's from Lebanon. And so, yeah, and Huda makes it a little bit closer. Her ranges work a lot better for me than any other ones. And, okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And now this one, you know, I remember loving this one. This is Bobbi Brown, and it is a stick foundation, and it is a little bit dark also. But again, you notice it doesn't have the olive undertone, but it's better than a pink undertone. This is a beige undertone, and I do use this one, and you know, I don't mind it. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one because I do love me my stick foundation when I am traveling, and it's the easiest thing. Now we have this. This was expensive, guys, as far as, you know, this is Lancome. It's a stick foundation. It looks like the color is actually really nice, and I used it one time, and I don't know what to tell you. This thing just was streaky, and the makeup moved, okay? I never understood what it meant for your foundation to move and slip. Well, guess what? I know what that means now because it happened to me in this foundation. And it's a shame because the bottom comes with a nice little brush. Okay, but I can't, I mean, it didn't stay on at all. And me putting on, you know, like blush and everything on top of this, I tapped it in like I always do. It didn't work out. I know some people swear by this foundation, but it slides all over my face, and it just, I can't deal with that. So that's going to go. And next, okay, these are my MAC foundations, and I do have them in 3 shades, and the reason why I have that is because this is NC45. I actually use this as a stick bronzer, and so this is not really I don't use it as a foundation. I use it as a bronzer because I really love this color. And so this is a keeper as a bronzer. And the next one is, I think this is the lighter one that I was using for under my eyes. Yep, this is the under eye one, same thing. Studio Fix NC17, and I believe this is the one that I put on my face. Yep, and this is NC30, is it? Yep, NC30. And so I have 3 of them for different parts of the face and different purposes. So I really can't call them all foundations, even though they are basically foundations. But yeah, they're still in use, as you notice. So that's that. And next, again, another luxurious, beautiful feeling, perfect shade, and this is by Giorgio Armani, and this is a luminous silk foundation. If you are looking for a perfect silky dewy look, this is it. This really is, and it's beautiful. And again, you have to let it dry down, and you don't have to powder this one, believe it or not. But I do because I'm usually in a hurry when I put on makeup. But this one here does last, which is surprising, which surprised me. And it is long wear, but not like some of the other matte foundations like the Studio Fix. Now, that's super long wear. That thing goes for 12 hours. But whereas this one, maybe between 6 and 8 hours, okay? But I don't get the slippage that I've gotten from Lancome. Okay, and I use a brush or a sponge for that one. And this is another one here, which is, again, a dewy look. And this is the Intensive Skin Serum Foundation and SPF 40. This one is very nice, but this is light coverage. And I usually use this one by Bobbi Brown when I just want a natural look, and it's going to be dewy when it dries down. But it's very nice because it does have a broad spectrum as well, and it has other skincare in it. So I don't have to double my skincare when I use this one. So I just put this on, put on my eyebrows, maybe a little bit of stick Laura Mercier eyeshadow and lipstick, and run out the door. This is the one I use for that. Okay, I'm gonna put that up there because everything's falling down on me now. Okay, and next, and this is very inexpensive, and this is by The Ordinary, and this one, they come in matte, and they also come in dewy. This is the matte one, and boy, you talk about matte. But I mean, this is one that will not come off, and this reminds me, this is the closest to my MAC. I'm going to say the Studio Fix that I'm about to show you. This dries down very dry. And so, you know, but the good thing about this is that I can spritz my face throughout the day and not expect this to run. Very good foundation. Use a sponge. Definitely not a brush application type of foundation. But this is long lasting. I'm going to say this is going to go 10 to 12 hours. But like I said, it is heavy coverage though. And, you know, if you're looking for the natural look, this ain't it. And so keep that in mind. And I think this is 2.0 neutral. And this is actually a perfect shade for me this time of year. Okay. And next, we have the MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. I love MAC products, especially the foundation. And they are time proven. And I love it. But this one, I don't love. I don't know if it's because they made it waterproof. But it doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. To me, it doesn't settle right. And it does settle in my my lines, my fine lines, and it just makes my face look old. I mean, with the lack of better explanation, I just can't go with this. And I really wanted to love it because you know how I love waterproof stuff, right? But definitely this will be waterproof, but it does settle into fine lines. And definitely with this one, you cannot use a wet sponge because this is waterproof, right? So yeah. You could use a dry sponge on it, but I'm going to declutter this one. And next is this is what I've been using for, I'm going to say the last, 20 years or so. And this is something that has never failed me, and it hasn't failed me yet. And this is the Studio Fix Fluid by MAC, and this is an SPF 15. And this one in C30 is the perfect shade match for me. But you have to remember, I mean, with time, formulas get better, okay? Formulas really get better, but I'm not too sure if this one has, even though it still works and I love it, but it does oxidize. Of all of my foundation, this is the only one that oxidizes. So what that means is at the end of the day, even though it lasts 12 hours, I look orange. And I guess because we're starting out with the kind of like an orange tinge to it, but I mean, I really look orange because once it oxidizes, it just gets this yellow-orange color. And I noticed it only after I started using like the Clinique and By Terry and, Charlotte Tilbury, that this one actually does turn and it does oxidize. I'm kind of sad about knowing that because this is what like I said, I've been using for the last, 20 years and it worked for me. But now it's like, my skin's gotten pickier. I've gotten pickier, with knowledge. And same thing here. This one is lighter, and this one is in NC 2017, and this is my winter foundation. But this is really very light. And so I really can't use this. I'm going to go ahead and declutter this, but before I do, I'm going to go ahead and take the top off because you have to pay extra for this top. But I do keep the old one so I can go ahead and screw the other top on there before I recycle it, because I do recycling with MAC. So, yep. Again, with that, you can use a wet sponge, you can use a brush, whatever you want. And next, we have here the Urban Decay. This is the Hydromaniac, and this is like almost like a BB cream foundation, but I like this. I really like this, and hot summer days, it does people don't think this dries down, but it does. It dries down nicely, and it actually keeps my skin moist. And at first, I thought it was a hype, and it was all just big deal. It doesn't do a whole lot. But actually, I really like this. And the thing is, BB cream, CC creams, they don't last a long time during the day. But I can rinse my face with this on, and it remains. You know what? Is this waterproof? I didn't think it was, but it's a hydrator. It's a tinted glow hydrator. And it doesn't say waterproof, but I swear it is, because when I rinse, this doesn't come off. And instead of being dewy as in texture, this one has a glow. So that way it dries down, but it still looks dewy. So I like this one. Okay, next in line is my CC cream. I mean, you know, I went crazy about this stuff and I really loved it. SPF 50, but it's really heavy in the summertime. But this is my winter shade, so I will use this, but I'm not using it right now because it is summer and I need to go a little darker. And this too also has that peachy tone to it, which I don't care for, but I can get away with this one because it's not that peachy or it's not that pink. But this one I use actually with my fingers only. I put it on like I put on a lotion because it's really hard to be forewarned in case you use this, is if you use a sponge, it's really hard to clean it out of the sponge, and it leaves like a residue, like a slick, not slick, but kind of like a tacky, waxy residue on the sponge. And you could use a brush, and I've tried, but it does leave streaks. So this is something I think you need to rub into the skin, especially with SPF 50 in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to that. And what are you? Did I forget you? Oh, I just got this one. This one came in as a add-on, and this is the Tinted Moisturizer by Laura Mercier. It's oil-free, and because I love tinted moisturizers more so than foundation sometimes if I want to get the natural look. And I think I used it maybe once, and this is an bronze or 20W bronze, and so I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it and give it a chance. And okay, this is the last one. Nars, okay? This is a tinted moisturizer with SPF, but the thing is, I use this forever, and because back when I started using this stuff, tinted moisturizers, there wasn't a whole lot on the market, and I started using this one, and this is in Groenland, is the color, the shade. And I like it and I love it. And even though there's better ones out there now, I mean, I'm kind of like loyal to brands that's treated me really right. And so I continue to still use this. And this I use when I don't want to make a fuss. You know, sometimes I don't even put on eyebrows with this one. But I do enjoy evening out my skin tone with this. Again, this one is finger application recommended, because with the brush it will actually streak, and with the sponge it'll absorb too much of it because it's kind of light, right? And so yeah, okay, I think I got through my whole rack. I was hoping to be able to declutter more of it, but let's see what we ended up with. We ended up decluttering the Stila foundation, my MAC Studio Fix, which I'm so sad about because I used to love it, but this shade is wrong, so it's okay, it's C3. Again, my MAC Studio Fix SPF 15, and this is an NC 17. Yeah, again, sad about it because I love the other one. And this one here is the MAC Pro Longwear. Oh, Crease City, and yeah, not easy to work with. So that's that. You know, maybe for younger skin, this will work. But, you know, when you start to age and you're a little more mature, you need something that doesn't settle into your lines, and, you know, something that stays smooth. So, but if you're, you know, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, I mean, this may work very well for you. And next is this Fenty Beauty, and this is because the shade's way too light, way too light. And I just can't make this one work at all. Yeah, sad because I tried it once and it is what it is. And next is the Beauty Blender, the Bounce. And again, this is a matte foundation. I loved it as a sample. More I used it, more I disliked it. And yeah, I wish that I could like these, but when things settle into my skin, and also, you know, if it disappears through the half of the day, I just don't have time for it. And this one here, oh my God, what a nightmare, guys. This really was a nightmare. I had another Lancome one that it was the Everyday Wear or Everwear or something like that by Estee Lauder. Same thing, Slippage City. And the shades are all wrong. There's not a good shade range in Lancome for me. So, okay, my beautiful wildflowers, that's what I have as far as my foundations. And I'm going to have to straighten all this out, but I'm going step by step to really declutter my foundations, my not so much blushes because I went through not that long ago. So I'm going to go ahead and be decluttering some things, and so you could see. But anyway, real quick, I mean, just let me give you a look of what I'm dealing with here. This is, right now, this is my workstation where I have all of my, what is this? Oh, this is not eyeliners, but this is pencil, cream, eyeshadows. And I have my eye pencils here. This is my high-end ones, whereas these are my, what are these? Urban Decays, yeah. And then this is where I have my bronzers, part of my bronzers that I'm using right now, and my blushes and things like that. And then here I have really quick to reach stuff that I use, along with, in my drawers, I have things that I definitely use often. And look, my cards, because I do look at them. And this is my filming station here. And I have some brushes here, and I have some brushes here, hairbrush, some extra stuff here. And here also is my let me reach over for something type of the deal here. And so I have all of my lip pencils here that are Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, Nars, and down here is other ones like Urban Decay and things like that. I have some brushes that I use a lot, and here I have my eyeshadows. These are things I haven't used yet. Oh, these MAC ones, the singles, I got these. Okay, I got these actually for when you recycle. I got these for free. That one, that one, that one, and that one. I got them recently, and they, when you recycle your empties, they give you a choice of lipsticks or eyeshadows. And here are my singles here. And here are some of my face powders and my contour things. And let's see. Oops. I got a lot of stuff here because you guys know I'm moving, right? So I'm kind of packing up. And this is my Pat McGrath Mothership that I use a lot. My By Terry, my Nars, things that I use frequently. So yeah, my beautiful Wildflowers. And as you guys know, I still have that cabinet to contend with. And, really quick view here. This is just my, odds and ends that I don't have a whole set for. But I do, what is this? This Nabla. And I have that one there from, I forgot what her name is now. Dang. Okay, yeah. And then here is my Pat McGrath drawer. I have all of her Mothership palettes. And I think she's coming out with Mothership 9. So looking forward to that. And so I have all that under there. And it's probably dark now because, yeah. And then this is my Natasha Denona drawer. I do have a couple of things of hers in the other drawer that I reach for all the time. So, yep, that's her stuff here. And then what do we have? Oh, yeah, this is my high-end Tom Ford's, Chanel's, Charlotte Tilbury, Chanticleer, and Nars here, Wayne Goss palettes, Marc Jacobs, yeah, Yves Saint Laurent, yeah, I think that's it, right? Yeah. And then the next drawer, I'm quickly showing you this. These are my singles. This is my MAC drawer, okay, and these are professional palettes where you just buy singles and you just fill it up yourself. And I think I've showed you them before, so they're like this. And so I have a bunch of them. And this right here, I think I did a video on this one. And yeah, this is and I can't remember the name of it. Shumara. My gosh. And next, here is my, again, odds and ends, kind of sorta. This is all my Too Faced products. I have KKW here. I have Fenty here, Tarte. More Tarte, KVD. What is that? Too Faced. Yeah. And the next drawer here is, this is my Viseart collection here, right here. And then I have some Viseart actually on the table over there. And these are my Anastasia Beverly Hills here. And I have my Huda Beauty there all the way to the back. And I have the Huda Beauty not singles, but these little tiny ones. Yeah, I never even opened them yet. Yeah, so... And I have some back there. And next, yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff. And here's the Urban Decay one. I did declutter some of it already. I'm getting ready to declutter the rest of it. This is my extra cheek storage. I have 2 of these. And these are my stacks of Makeup Geek. Okay, and again, Urban Decay here. Man, I got a lot of packing to do. Okay, and here we go. And this is all of my, Yeah, almost all. Oh, my Colourpop. And there's the Barbie one I never did the video on. And these are my Anastasia. This is a Norvina palettes there. Yeah, and I have more of the Colourpop singles and sticks, and Anastasia. This is Sultry. This is the whole collection. And I was thinking about doing a giveaway on that soon as well. And I think I have one more drawer of eye makeup. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so these are all Jeffree Star. Yeah, all of these that hasn't been opened. These are all of my Anastasia singles. Anastasia Beverly Hills singles here. And I think I have another one here. Yep. And I do use them, guys, as you can tell. And these are all my Dominique Cosmetics. This is Dominique Cosmetics, and so are these here. Yeah. And here. And actually, there's a whole stack down there. I don't know if you can tell. I have no idea what those are. I can't remember. Oh, and then Violet Voss Pro Palette. So I think that's it, guys, that I have to show you today. And so, yeah, as you can see, I have a lot to go through. And I was just sharing with you what I need to move. And so that way you have an idea what kind of challenges I have. So, okay, my beautiful wildflowers. Now, back to me. Okay, my beautiful wildflowers. What did you think? Did you enjoy the decluttering? And also, I wanted to go ahead and give you a little bit of a, you know, show and tell type of deal with my eyeshadows. And those are mostly the ones that are near me and in my cabinets. And I still have some that are in my crates and that I haven't pulled out. Well, I'm actually putting it in there now because of the move. The things that I'm not using a whole lot. And not like I'm using all of that a whole lot, but I haven't gotten to those cabinets to put it away. So I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of that because one of the subscribers, one of the wildflowers, Angie, I think, or Angela, I think her name was, and she said that she really enjoyed the Shop My Stash when the person goes through all the drawers and she's interested in seeing what they have and then chooses it. And so I didn't do that when I did my Shop My Stash. So I plan to do that. And so I thought, well, this is a good time to kind of sort of show you what I have, okay? And so that's the reason why I did that. And I'm not decluttering a whole lot out of there this time because I did a big declutter, as you recall. But I will be, once I move, I'm sure I'm going to be doing that again. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, you know, please put it below. And if I added any value, please do hit like. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this type of content, please do subscribe. And having said that, if you watch this video soon enough, this should go up at 8 a.m. on Saturday, which is the 31st, right? Yeah. And so the giveaway that I have going on right now will end at 6 p.m. today as you're watching this, okay? So you should have some time to watch that. If you want to enter, please do enter by watching the video. It has all the rules and the magic word and all the stuff in there. So I will link it below, and I will also link the teaser, which is 1 minute long, and that is for the 15 channel end of summer giveaway collab or collab giveaway, and which is going to happen in August 4th. So look out for that. Okay. Alrighty, my beautiful wildflowers, I want you to have a good day, a good night, a good week, or a good weekend. Whenever you're watching this, it doesn't matter. But just remember, never sweat the small stuff. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.